we are. Finally, we are concluding our study of the book of Joel. It has been 4 interesting weeks as we had to divide chapter 2 into 2 parts. And now we come to the conclusion as we look at the ascent. If you remember, we began with the descent. And we talked about the book of Joel being shaped in the form of a U. Now here we are at the ascent as we look at chapter 3. And as we dive into chapter 3 and we talk about the ascent, here is really what it comes down to. Here is the ascending part of the U that we see in chapter 3, that God is saying to the children of Israel that you who were victims of things such as the locusts who were coming to destroy everything and eat everything and even eat you, now I'm about to set you free. Now I'm about to deliver you. Now I am about to destroy the destroyer who was destroying you. God goes so far as to tell them in chapter 3 verse 10 that the young men should come together, that for this particular time God is calling them to put together a professional army, beat their plowshares into swords, beat their pruning hooks into spears. This, you will hear, is a reversal of what we are used to from the books of Micah as well as Isaiah. If you read in Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4 and Micah chapter 4 verse 3, then you will hear the Lord say that in the end of days, that at the end of times, they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. But here in Joel, the narrative is different. It's reversed, it's flipped on its head. It is now the pruning hooks being beat into spears, and it is plowshares being turned into swords, because the Lord is saying that because you have been humble enough, because you have sought my face, because you have repented and have asked for forgiveness, watch me work and see how much greater the thing is that I will do for you, that I will go beyond just what you asked for, to do exceedingly and abundantly more than you could ever think or imagine. Now there are times that when we repent, we see God working wonders in our lives, because God is able, He can do such things. And that when this happens, all that really is required of us is to just take a moment, savor it, and give thanks to God. That's what this whole season, this week of Thanksgiving is about, isn't it? For those of us who are in the United States, this is Thanksgiving week. Take a moment to say thanks to God, because sometimes that is all you can say. You have nothing that you can give to God for giving you more than you could ever even think or imagine. But it doesn't just stop with God. As there are people in our lives who set us on a path that allows us to ascend, as there are people in our lives who work in the background to set us up the way that we need to be, as there are people in our lives who do the little things that we take for granted, for this week, let us be intentional about thanking them. Don't just thank them and say happy Thanksgiving because it's what is expected of you. Actually think about what you're saying. Be joyful. Just carry some joy, some gladness in your heart, some thankful attitude, and just thank somebody that you know deserves your thanks. Because the Lord is about to do a great thing. The Lord is doing exceedingly and abundantly more than we ever thought when we came asking for help. You see, Joel is not worried about the end of times as Micah and Isaiah are when they put together that vision of end of time, when the lion and the lamb shall lie together and all the tools of war shall be turned into tools of agriculture. When Joel reverses this, he's saying, I am worried about the here and now. God, I am suffering right here and now. God, I need your help right here and now. God, I acknowledge that I am a sinner right here and now. Do something for me. And when God does, because believe me, God will when we take the time to repent, it is incumbent upon us At the very least, to say thank you. So too, when somebody does something for you, it's not too much to ask. And you just take a moment to say thank you. Let the ascent begin. And come on, let us get on the way.